Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Americanisms. We're talking about what it's like to be an American, what we like, what we don't like, what is on the mind of a typical American. So it's a great podcast for learning about American culture. Thank you for joining. And before we start, please make sure to subscribe. Click the subscribe button, everybody. And after you subscribe, make sure you also, this is very important, make sure you also click the bell and select all. That way, YouTube will show you future videos that we upload. Make sure you click the bell, select all. If you don't do that, YouTube might not show you our videos that we upload. So subscribe, click the bell, click all. Thank you very much. And now let's begin. I'm going to say hello to my guest. Leon, welcome back.
Yeah, thank you, Ben. Thanks for having me. Hey, everyone. How's it going?
Doing well here. How about with you?
Yeah, I can't complain. Everything is good too. Yeah.
Okay, good. That's a real American response, by the way, to say, yeah, can't complain, right? I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So where are we today? You guys like our office? This is real. This is so beautiful. I love that there's a pool. There's just something about looking out to a pool and a view, isn't it? So what do you think of our office today, Leon?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's beautiful. I mean, you can kind of get that vibe, nature and really like clear your mind, your thought, right? Kind
Yeah.
of get the zen, kind of get that zen mood.
Yes, and if you guys are wondering where this is Sedona, Arizona. So this is in the state of Arizona. The city, town, whatever you want to call it, is Sedona, and it's a desert town. It's very picturesque, and it's known for these stunning rock formations that, as you can see in the video, and also people come here to sort of relax, restore. There's a spiritual thing going on, and also, there's a vibrant art scene, and people like to come here for outdoor activities, wellness, and hiking, that kind of thing, wellness retreats. And so, yeah, so that is Sedona, Arizona, and that's our, uh, well, let's call it imaginary office today.
Yeah,
So,
it's beautiful. I mean, also about the rock formation is the color of red. I mean, this is what they're also known for is the color of it. So, if you've never experienced it, you got to come and check it out because especially if you're a hiker or outdoorsy person like camping, you must visit this place because it's just stunning.
yes, absolutely. I think back to the times that my European friends have visited me in LA, and they're like, "Oh, I love the desert landscape." And I said, "Really? Why?" Because I mean, I like the desert landscape, but it to me sometimes it's a bit dry, and I like more greenery. So I never understood why my European friends like the desert landscape so much, but they're like, "Well, it's because we don't really have a desert." Well, they're from Germany, so they're like, we don't really have a desert in Germany, and so this is very unique, and so they really love it, and they would always go out to the desert because they loved it so much. And but when you look at something like this, I mean, you can see why, whether you love a desert or not, this view is spectacular.
Yeah, especially if you like motocrossing. I mean, if you like the uh, I guess the hiking and motocross, I mean, this is a great place to do it. Hiking, camping overnight, and just,
Right, yeah.
campfire,
Yes.
watching the view from the skies and really see the stars shine, right?
Oh, yes.
I think is great.
Yes. Because where you and I are from, Leon, in LA, it's hard to see the stars, isn't it? Because it's either too
Yeah.
right, because there's maybe too many planes, or maybe there's some there clouds or something. It's hard to see stars. But so what we will do is we'll drive out to the desert to see stars where the sky is really clear, and you will see stars when you're in some place like this.
Yeah, and I think the famous one in our area is Joshua Tree, right? The
Oh,
Joshua Tree is
yes.
the closest thing that you can camp. I see a lot of people do that, and they really see the stars. Because if you're going to be in the city and look up in the sky, you're not going to see the stars as clearly as, like, say, if you went outside of the city.
Right, too many city lights. But yes, you're right. Joshua Tree, very also, yeah, guys, Joshua Tree, very famous. Definitely check out Joshua Tree if you're in Southern California.
Hmm. And if you
Um,
really like nature too, I mean, another museum is nice is the Huntington Library. The
oh
Huntington
yes.
Library is a really great place where they have all kinds of plants and trees and flowers and all kinds of stuff. It's really nice. Not many people really knows about this place. It's in San Marino. It's more like close to Pasadena area, but it's really beautiful. Yeah.
Yes, it is. And although it's called Huntington Library, don't think of it as a library. It's not like a library. Yeah, it's I don't know why they call it
Yeah.
that, but anyway, it's more like a huge mansion with like extraordinarily large grounds. So they have botanical gardens, all different types of gardens. It's just huge. You can spend a whole day there and it's really beautiful.
Yeah. And I've seen some people there actually picnic on the grass and
Oh
during the
yeah,
daytime.
that's
So
right.
yeah. Hmm.
Yes. That's it would be a beautiful place to picnic. You're right.
Yeah.
And speaking of picnicking, which is a very summery thing to do, um, so I'm thinking about what is so distinctly American to do in the summer. And I think back to kids love doing these lemonade stands, right? Isn't it super American lemonade stands?
Yes, that's super American. I mean, like little kids selling lemonade stand, 25 cents. I don't know what the price is now because, the inflation and the economy, I'm sure it's probably like a buck now.
Yeah, right. So what is a lemonade stand if you guys are wondering? So kids right outside of their house, they'll set up a little stand, like a little booth or whatever, a counter or whatever. And it's usually, really, nicely done. It's kind of cute. And they sell lemonade, just homemade lemonade. And that's sort of like a kid's first quote business. And I don't know why a lemonade stand, but yeah, it's super American and a lot of kids will do this in the summer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, kids love to sell things. It's actually good because they learn the business aspect of it. And just to be out there, it's right in their front yard. And lemonades are easy to make. So sometimes they may even have a punch bowl. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. So yeah, that's super American. What other summertime things can you think of that's real glimpse of America?
Um, Besides going to the beach and the mall, I think because it depends. We're from LA, Ben
Yeah.
and I. So it's so hot in LA. So what we're trying to do is find a place that's really cool where we don't have to use our own air condition. So one of that is the mall because it's like free air condition, right? You don't have to buy anything. Just go window browsing or window shop and browsing around. And so that's a good place. Then there's the beach. We have that accessibility where we go to the beach and just chill. And I think a lot of the Americans tend to go to the beach more than anything because we're from Southern California or from LA. Other than that, movies is another pastime of us Americans.
Oh
It's hard
yes.
for, it's hard for me to say about the Midwest because I never really grew up Midwest. I've traveled there. I visited there on work and stuff. East Coast too, but East Coast is different than the West Coast just because the water is maybe colder or I don't know. I think just the surrounding of it. Like if I've never been to
Mhm.
Charlotte, I don't know if you have, so I don't know how their water is, but looking at their coastline compared to California coastline, there's a big difference. Yeah.
Yes, but whatever it is, definitely we're looking to cool off. And it's funny you mentioned the mall because yeah, like if you live inland in LA, it can be very hot. If you live by the coast in Los Angeles, it's not hot, but you don't need to go very far inland for it to get quite hot. And
Hmm.
so people will, yeah, they'll go to the mall. And the thing about American malls and air conditioning, and I feel like this is a decidedly American thing, well, unless you're maybe like in very hot countries, but let's just say compared to Europe, Americans we love air conditioning, right? So when you go into the mall, it's like suddenly you come from you're from the outside, you're walking in, and it's like you're walking into a refrigerator, and it feels wonderful. You know that air that just rushes up and just hits you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It feels
Especially on
good.
a hot day. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah.
And yeah, so lots of air conditioning. And kids would hang out at the mall. That was a thing. At least, well, when we were kids, it certainly was a thing that people would just hang out at the mall. And the other thing was, oh, you mentioned the movies and going to the movies. There's this whole like summer blockbuster thing, right? Where we
Hmm.
even have movies that are specifically designed for summer premieres that's why we call them summer blockbusters. They're like big budget movies. And think superhero movies, right? Think
Hmm.
big like I feel like a Godzilla type of movie could be a summer blockbuster, you know?
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's where they make a lot of their money is the blockbuster movies, because everyone's on vacation, everyone's having a good time, people are visiting places, so this is a great time to just kind of enjoy. Yeah, it's so funny the way you said that kids are in the mall because that's what a lot of parents do. They just drop off their kids with their friends and go in the mall, and you see them,
yeah,
with their friends going to the food court and the parents, they probably go with their friends or maybe to a party or maybe some me time, alone time. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. I remember going to the mall in the summer as a kid with my friends.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
And for us, we're kind of like privileged because we're from LA or Southern California, where we have a lot of famous, amusement parks. So a lot of locals, tend to go to Disneyland, Universal Studios. So just because, you're a foreigner or you're from some other country or transplant from a different state and you come and visit Disneyland and Universal, don't be surprised that a lot of them are Californians or a lot of them are from LA going there because they're taking advantage of the pricing and also just enjoying because it's so close.
Yes, we do have several amusement parks. All I guess all within a 1 hour drive of anywhere in
Yeah,
LA, you know.
Knott's Berry Farm is one that not many people know, right? The only thing they know is Disneyland and Universal Studios, and then of
Right.
course SeaWorld is in San Diego.
Uh-huh.
But we
Magic
have like
Mountain.
Knott's Berry Farm, and yeah, Magic Mountain is a little outside. It's about like an hour in
Yeah, north.
Ven- what is that? I forgot the city.
Valencia.
Valencia? Yeah,
Yeah.
Valencia. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow, I can't remember the last time I went to an amusement park. Can you?
Yeah, I don't.
In a
I
long
think the
time.
last time I went is probably 10 years ago or something like that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Long time ago.
yeah, and the prices has gone up too. So
Oh, absolutely. I mean, to go to Disneyland, it's quite expensive.
yeah, I think it's
It's a
over.
few hundred
I think
bucks.
it's like 200, huh?
Yeah, it's a few hundred bucks.
Yeah, it's like a couple hundred. It's probably more than a couple hundred not by now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. It's not cheap.
Hmm.
Um, okay, so what else? What about the kind of foods we eat in the summer? Popsicles,
Oh,
ice cream,
yes.
popsicles, ice cream. Americans love ice cream. Like for kids, we love ice cream from a truck, don't we? We love like the truck coming by playing the music and kids will rush out
Yes.
there to go
Right.
get their ice
Uh-huh.
cream.
Hmm. Yeah, that is so American. That's like an American icon. I mean, it's very iconic because you see that in movies where the truck comes in with music, kids rushing in there buying, you know, ice cream bars and things and popsicles. You don't see it too often nowadays. It depends on different parts of the city. You'll see it more in one city than the other. In some cities, you won't see it at all because they banned these type of ice cream trucks. So,
Oh, they did.
yeah,
Okay. I didn't
yeah,
know
some
that.
some like richy place, right? I
Hmm.
I don't think Newport Beach. I don't think I've ever heard a ice cream
Oh.
truck in Newport or even Irvine. Yeah.
Maybe it's more in the maybe it's more like in the smaller cities for sure, not like in LA, like in the city of LA, not there
Yeah.
so much. And maybe yeah, maybe they don't want it in places that are highly planned. And when I say highly planned, I mean like cities where they have a whole scheme and they don't want like a truck like that's not pre-approved in the way it looks and the way it sounds. There are
Hmm.
American
Hmm.
cities like that where they don't
Yeah.
allow things that don't conform to the whole scheme, the look and feel, the style of the city. They won't
Hmm.
allow it if it doesn't
Hmm.
match.
Yeah, I do see it like Hancock Park or certain parts of the city in LA, Boyle Heights, East
Uh-huh.
LA,
Hmm.
Hollywood too, and yeah, I think Santa Monica probably has that too. So yeah, I mean, there's a
Hmm.
lot of cities that have it. Yeah.
Mm,
But I don't know about like Beverly Hills, for example, Century City. Yeah, I don't
mm,
think I'd see trucks on those. Yeah.
right.
And it's pretty popular too, icy, right? Besides popsicle, we have this icy, which is kind of Hawaiian thing that kind of became part of our culture, where you get a cube of ice and put in a cone, and then they put in
Oh
some kind of
yeah.
coloring and
Oh, the
you
syrup.
know,
Yes, that's right.
yeah, the syrup, colored syrups. Yeah, this is a big thing in LA. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I remember now. So it's just basically you're eating uh crushed kind of, yeah, I guess crushed or
yeah,
shaved ice with a
yes,
sugary
shaved
syrup.
ice.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, correct. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And there's also always different like frozen and cool treats that are coming onto the scene. And do you remember like maybe, oh, I don't know, it's probably already like 15, 20 years ago. I don't know if it's still big, but do you remember Pinkberry?
Oh yeah, I love pinkberry. Yeah.
You remember
Uh-huh.
how big it was?
Yeah, I
Pinkberry
mean that's
was a
it's
craze.
big, but now it's not as big. I think I forgot the name of the other one that's similar to pinkberry, but it's pretty popular. But there's really only two, pinkberry, and
Oh,
I
the
just
self-serve
forgot the other
one.
one. Yes, correct. Yeah,
Oh
I don't
yeah,
remember
yeah.
the
I
name of it.
forgot. I
Yeah,
forgot too. Also
yeah.
Menchie's. Menchie's was kind of big too.
Mm, okay, yeah.
But
The one that I know,
Yogurtland,
it's
Yogurtland.
yeah, that's the one, Yogurtland. Yeah, Yogurtland and pinkberry are the two most famous uh yogurt ice cream that you can buy. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Then there's Thrifty. I don't know if you know Thrifty. There's very few Thrifty stores,
Oh
and it's probably the
yeah,
only
yeah.
cheap ice cream you can find. I think it's like 75 cents for one scoop
Mm-hmm.
of ice cream or something like that. I don't know what it is now, but I think you can get like two scoops for like $1.50. I mean, it's really great. I mean, it's so cheap.
Yeah, so what you're referring to, Leon, Thrifty, that is an American, it's an old American drugstore. You guys might
Yes,
have seen this
exactly.
on TV where like it's almost like there's I mean we're going back to maybe like 50 years ago. They used to have these
Yes.
drugstores. I don't even know. See, how do you even describe a drugstore? Because in America, a drugstore isn't what you guys think. It's not like a pharmacy, although there is a pharmacy in the drugstore. It's almost like a combination between like
It's
a,
like Walgreens.
yeah, well, they don't know what Walgreens is, but
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
it's okay. So it's like a mini Walmart. Okay, it's like a
Uh-huh.
mini like just a store that also has a pharmacy in it,
Yes.
that also has a little almost like an American diner type of thing in it, that also sells ice cream. and
Hmm.
and you mentioned Thrifty, which is an old drugstore that they made their own brand of ice cream. We're
Hmm.
going back into history now. So they had their own ice cream. They were pretty famous, their ice cream, right?
Hmm.
And people would go to this drugstore just for their ice cream. And I remember what was unique about Thrifty ice cream was that when you went and got a scoop of ice cream, it's not a round scoop. It's actually a cylinder that the thing looks like a little gun that they shove in there. Do you remember? And
Yeah.
it also kind of launches out this chopped off really short cylinder of ice cream. So if you can
Yeah.
imagine, I don't know how to describe, but it's not a scoop and it's not a round ball of ice cream on your cone.
Uh,
It's
it's
like
kind
a
of mixture of a
cylinder.
round and a yeah. It's kind of like a round and a square, right? Mm.
Yeah, it's flattened at the
Squarish.
top and then it's round
Hmm.
around.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I remember riding my bicycle with my friends, like 7 blocks away from my place, just to go to Thrifty and buy myself an ice cream.
Yes, that's a real,
Yeah.
taking the bike thing to get ice cream is such a American kid thing to do.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and pretty much sells everything. It's like what you said, Ben. It's like a miniature Walmart. You pretty much can buy anything you want there, and they have a pharmacy. Yeah.
Yeah. And did you guys put on your bike playing cards to make that sound?
Yes.
It would hit the
Yes.
wheel?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Did you?
Yes, we did that. So
Yeah.
let's explain to people what are we talking about here?
Yeah, we just buy like maybe a baseball card or any type of playing card, deck cards. What you do is you put it on the wheel, like the spokes of your wheel, and as you pedal your bicycle, it makes this noise. Yeah.
Lapping sound.
Yeah, laughing sounds like because it's like, as the faster you ride your bike, the I guess what the louder it gets or the faster it gets. So it's pretty fun. It's a fun thing to do. Yeah.
It almost sounds like a little motor, I guess.
Yeah. And we
Yeah.
put like in the front of the wheel and the back of the wheel. Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes even
Yeah.
two. Yeah.
Yeah. American kids would do that definitely.
hmm Yeah. Yeah, the good old days. Now you're inside indoor playing video games or on the internet. Yeah, on your cell phone. Yeah.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, I think now it's more app based.
hmm
Okay, so what else? Do you guys know what s'mores are? S'mores are so quintessentially American, and it's a campfire thing. So, okay,
Mm.
so Americans, we love going camping, and one of the foods we eat or the snacks we like, dessert maybe, yeah, uh, is s'mores, spelled S. I don't know why it's spelled like this, but it's S apostrophe Mores, s'mores.
hmm
And anyway, so basically what it is it's you take these marshmallows. So we'll always bring a bag of marshmallows, right? And then you stick it onto a skewer. You would hold the skewer over a campfire, an open fire, so it gets soft. And then you sandwich it in between two graham crackers, along with maybe a piece of chocolate. And then you
hmm
smush it down, and you would eat it, and it's really good, right?
Yes, yeah. Imagine yourself like getting that marshmallow, the heated marshmallow, put it with the chocolate and just melts the chocolate. That's what makes it really good. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yes, because the marshmallow gets really hot, and it also does
hmm
melt the chocolate.
hmm
And wow. Now I want a s'more
Yeah. Yeah,
and ice
I've
cream.
been making that here in Brazil. What I would do is just get some crackers and like, some marshmallow and put a chocolate and I'd actually bake it. So I would
Mm-hmm.
end up baking it and just smash it together like a sandwich and just eat it. And it's really good. It's not the
Oh.
same effect as if you were in a campfire or in a bonfire or something and just, melt that marshmallow. I think
Mm-hmm.
melting the marshmallow is much better than just baking it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But another thing that we do in campfires is a hot dog, right? We put a hot dog
Oh,
on a
right.
stick, skewer,
Yes.
and just hot dog, you know, uh, yeah, warm up that hot dog, and once it's ready, we don't even eat it in a bun. We just eat it like on a stick. That's it.
Yes.
Kind of like a corn dog. Yeah,
Yeah, we
without
love roasting
the
things like
outside.
that on the fire.
Yeah. hmm
And there's a certain like culture to it, right? Like people will sit around a campfire, they'll be roasting their marshmallows on that stick, on that skewer, and they'll be telling stories. It's a whole thing, right? They'll be telling stories. And
Yeah.
for whatever reason, it tends to be ghost stories. People like to tell ghost stories
Yeah.
around campfires. I don't know why that is,
Right.
but yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Because
if you're out there in the outdoors, you try to scare one other person, so they're trying to
yes.
compete to see who can you scare. So this is why they talk about scary stories or try to scare the other person, and so that way they're not going to be able to sleep alone. Maybe want to bundle up with somebody in the tent. So that's another reason too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Camping. Camping.
Mhm.
Good times going camping.
Yeah. We even do that on the beach, right? Because we're from LA, so we would do a bonfire, right,
Oh
on the beach,
yeah,
and it's actually
bonfires on the
nice.
beach.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's really great. Yeah. We
Yes.
don't talk about like horror stories, but we just go there, chat, maybe put on some nice music or good music, depends. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we just chat with other people, right? So, other people, there's many bonfires on the beach. So we go from one bonfire to another bonfire and just chat with strangers if we feel like it.
Yes. Oh yeah. And you know what? For sure, you've been having some drinks, and so it's gonna be
Yeah.
definitely people are definitely gonna commingle.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And Huntington Beach is a nice place that people go there, but except there's a limit at a certain time frame or certain time you have to go home. Unlike the one in LA, like LAX, I think that one is much longer. I don't know if it's 24 hours, but you don't see that much. Seal Beach, I think, is another one, but it's not at 24 hours. Usually they close it at 11 or midnight. But the
You know
one
what?
in LA by the LAX, I think is 24 hours.
So actually, I don't even know. Do they close beaches in Southern California at night? I'm not even sure.
They don't, but the bonfires they allow they you cannot have bonfire 24 hours. Yeah.
Oh, at a
But the
certain
beach
time at
is still
night?
public. You can walk on the beach and things. I think it's still open. You can go and do that.
Yeah,
But when you're doing campfires or if you're gonna be maybe camping, you can't camp on the beach. You have to go to a destination where there's, campers. So
right.
there's a yeah, designated area for you to go camping. You
There's
can't
no
go on
free
the beach and
camping on the
park.
beach.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't go park your car on the beach and say, okay, this is my best spot. No, you can't do that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
hmm
And what are the sports that we're watching in the summer? Baseball?
Yeah, baseball. Baseball is really great. Not many people can picture why does American like baseball? It's so boring. But
Mm-hmm.
really the reason why people watch baseball is like it's a family affair or friends affair. It's like kind of a picnic or gathering, right? You get your friends, you go to a baseball game, get some beer, get some hot dogs, and just enjoy. I mean, yeah, it's slow, but you
Mm-hmm.
can talk about anything. And this is why Americans love the baseball. Is because it's not fast like, you got to keep your eye on the game like basketball or football because if you blink you can miss, the play
Yeah.
or something that happened. But baseball, if you blink, you're not going to miss anything, right? So that's why a lot of Americans like baseball because they can just relax and really soak up on the sun too, get your tan going. So yeah, it's a
Mm-hmm.
nice place.
Yeah, yeah. It can be very drawn out, especially if they go to extra innings and but you think of it as you're there for a super long sports movie, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna watch it on TV, you either have to be a fan or you're not gonna enjoy it at all because you're gonna
Hmm.
say what many people say, it's boring. It's a boring game, right?
Hmm.
But to
Yeah.
me, boring is like golf. Golf to me is kind of boring. So
Hmm.
it just depends on preference of the individual. Yeah.
Yes. And then there is also that whole like the hot dogs and the concession stands at the
hmm
baseball
hmm
game that people come by and sell you stuff.
hmm
Um,
Roasted peanuts. Oh my gosh, I missed that
yeah,
roasted peanuts. Yeah.
roasted peanuts, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dodge dog,
Yeah, Dodger dog, exactly. They have
yeah.
popcorn too, so it's not just a hot dog. Yeah.
Hmm. To the food, also the food at the baseball game.
Yeah. Some a lot of people gets drunk, have too much to drink. So you just got to be know your surroundings because sometimes they just kind of get obnoxious and say many inappropriate things or may say something to you, especially if you're not a fan of the sport. Like if you're a Dodgers and you wear San Francisco gear, yeah, you're gonna get
Yeah.
heckled. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. For sure.
hmm Yeah.
What else? Road trips. Summer road
Mm.
trips. That's a thing. Summer road trips are a big thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Road
I mean,
trips are nice. I
we
mean,
have movies about summer road trips, American summer road trips, right?
yeah, I mean, it depends on people's preference, right? Some people goes to the park like Yosemite or Yellowstone, depends on how far they want to drive. Some people even drive to Lake Tahoe
Mm-hmm.
or Reno, Nevada. Now, of course, Las Vegas is the most popular destination for Southern California, right?
Yeah.
But there are so many. We even would drive as up San Francisco or along, like along the coastline. San Juan Capistrano, which is a mission by San Diego. It's not too far. It's a nice place to visit. And then if you're, gung ho about it, you can even go to Arizona, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And road trips are, there's a whole culture behind the music on a road trip too, right? Because we plan
hmm
the music too.
hmm Yes. And
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 the
not many people realize about LA, right? Because we have everything. That's why a lot of people are jealous of LA, like Midwest and even the East Coast. That's why we always get a bad rap. Because if you want to go skiing, all it takes if you're living like Ben was in Hollywood or something, right? If you want to go, like skiing. Just go to Big Bear. It's only
Mm,
an hour away, right? With no
yeah,
traffic or something. If you want to go to the beach, you can go to the beach under an hour, right? If
yeah.
you want to go dirt biking, road bike, Camping, it's just an hour away. Everything is an hour away. Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. Yes, that's
we
right.
have it. Yeah,
You can be at the beach or you can be skiing all in the same day in LA.
yes,
That's the wonder of LA.
exactly. And no, I don't think anybody in United States have this kind of, luxury or privilege
This
that we have.
diverse landscape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes, that's
Exactly.
right. Yeah, because like if you're in the East Coast, and there are some great East Coast summer colonies, but you're just going to be, it's just the beach. It's just the beach. I mean,
Hmm.
granted, it's beautiful, but it is just one, there isn't the variety that LA has.
Yeah, exactly. San Francisco's nice, but you can't go to the beach because it's too cold. Right?
It is cold,
So,
and I think that a lot of people don't realize this, that if you're in San Francisco in June or July,
hmm,
it's gonna feel like winter. I don't know
yeah,
why,
yeah.
but
I
it's
think it's
very
because of
cold.
the bay. I mean, you can be in San Francisco during a daytime, nice and hot, the sun's out, warm. In 5 to 10 minutes, it just changes. It could be like a little bit of drizzle. It could get foggy. All of a sudden, that once that fog rolls in, it gets chilly. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Coming from the north, right? Coming from the Golden Gate Bridge,
Yes.
coming down into
Uh-huh.
the city. That
Exactly. Yeah.
is, yes, that is some crazy weather because in San Francisco, they say if you don't like the weather, just wait 10 minutes because
Exactly. And
it
it's
can
a
change.
beautiful scenery. I mean, it's nice. I mean, for me, San Francisco reminds me a little bit of Europe, kind of has that
Yes,
European flavor, right?
yeah, it's more laid out like less like a typical American sprawl.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, what about drive-in movie theaters? Do they still have them in the US? Because
They
that
still
was a
have it.
thing.
You probably find maybe one or two, and that's
Uh-huh.
it. But yeah, that is hard to find. They don't have drive-in movies anymore. Yeah. The drive-in movies you'll find is it turned into swap meets.
Oh,
You,
that's right.
you,
Yes, yeah.
there's a
Uh-huh.
lot of swap meets like Santa Fe. It's really big. I enjoy it. You can really get great bargains, but it's not in a in a good environment area or
Mm-hmm.
neighborhood area. But that's fine. It's all right. It's you really get great bargains.
Mm-hmm. But drive-in movies is a I feel like that's a real American thing, right? To watch
Yeah.
a movie in your car. Actually, okay, let's be honest. I think a lot of people don't go to the drive-in theater to watch a movie, although that is a component of it. They usually go
Hmm.
with their date. You know what I mean? You get it?
Hmm. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I've been
but
to a drive-in movie. I enjoyed it.
oh, you
You
actually
put in
watched the
that
movie.
radio. Yeah, I watched the movie in a drive-in movie. Yeah, yeah. What they do is sometimes they have a speaker that they
Hmm.
give to you that you put on your car, or sometimes they have a radio. You put in a radio station and kind of links you
Oh,
to the movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, right. You turn it,
Yeah.
you select the FM frequency or whatever.
Yeah, the AM frequency, and then you can
AM.
watch the movie from them. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah. It's nice, like what Ben says, it's mostly for dating, couples and things, but that's more popular back in the 50s, right? Because they didn't
Yeah.
have much things to do back then, unlike
Mm-hmm.
now. So, yeah.
And along those lines of doing things in your car, which is super American. What about like those the drive up restaurants where you park and somebody
Oh,
comes
like
to take
Sonic?
your order and they
Yeah.
huh? And they bring
Like
you the
Sonic?
food. Yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh.
Sonic or what, Bob's Big
Uh-huh.
Boy or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, Bob's Big Boy. Uh-huh.
But even
Yeah,
that's
it's nice.
yeah,
They come in roller skates. I think you see some of that more like diners, depends on the diner. I think there's
yeah.
one I forgot. There's one off oh my gosh, I think it's like Diamond Bar or City
Oh,
of
really?
Infancy. There's a
Okay.
diner there, yeah, that the people mostly they're women. They're the one who's actually roller skating inside the diner, taking your
Oh,
orders. Yeah.
okay.
I
But
forgot the name of it, but it's just a diner. Yeah.
do they come to your car or you're talking inside
No,
eating?
inside. This is inside. This doesn't go to the
Oh,
car.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
The ones where you just sit in the car in the parking lot and they come serve you, that those don't
Mhm.
exist anymore, do they? Or far and few between?
There is like one that I know. There's one in Downey. In
Mm.
Downey, there's one where you actually get in the car and they actually come to your, car and deliver you the food. And then
Uh-huh.
there's another one that the Sonic, right? The Sonic is the one that I know. Yeah. Other than
Okay.
that, those are the only ones I know. Yeah.
So I guess think of it as you're going to a restaurant, however, you stay in your car, people come and take your order and they bring you your food and you eat in your car, I guess, right? That's
Yeah.
the idea.
Here's a twist on the Sonic. You can't use cash. Only use credit card, either credit card or debit card. You can't
Oh,
use
okay.
cash. Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't want to touch cash just before I touch my burger, so you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Mhm.
But any of those, they're so old school now. I mean, they're so old school. If they exist, I would think that they would be maybe uh in the Midwest, you know what I mean, in other parts of the
Mm,
country, more so than
probably.
in LA, you know?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's more common more in probably have more than LA. Probably in yeah, Midwest, maybe some of the East Coast, the older states. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
But there's like Johnny Rockets, right? Johnny Rockets is very famous. I think it's global, right? That's pretty
Yes,
kind
that's
of give
right.
you an idea of how diners were in the 50s. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. It's highly themed, Johnny Rockets.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So it looks like we have reached the end here. It was a really fun conversation. We were talking about summer and things Americans do in the summer. Nice little walk down memory lane too. Thank you, Leon.
Yeah. 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 Thank you too. Appreciate it. Mm.
Yeah. Well, thank you everybody for joining. Thank you for listening to the end. And please hit that subscribe button and subscribe to Smart and Easy English. Make sure you also click the bell, select all. That way you don't miss future uploads. Very important. Click the bell, select all after you subscribe. And also, please support this video. It really helps the video out if you guys give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, Leon. Nice being with you.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Likewise.
much. Hmm.
Yeah, thank you, Ben. Thank you for having me. Thank you, everyone, all the listeners out there. Yeah, like what Ben says, make sure to click that like button, let it go viral, share to a friend. It's always going to be good to help, get this thing going. So that way we can do more and more about these, podcasts, which is really good for you learners out there. Prove your listening, listen to pronunciations and all that. So you're getting it for free. Take advantage of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, that's it. Signing off. Bye bye, everybody.
Okay. See you, everyone. Ciao.